skinny Flint. You know.
Look here, man.
Shit,
Only thing I got to get to tonight is a couple of females, but they can hold off for a minute.
See, you know what? You tell Candace that she was a dog. You're a dog.
I don't hold nothing back. I tell you don't want to know, don't ask.
See, that's some hoe ass shit.
Wait, how was that? Wait, I'm supposed to lie?
That's I believe in companionship.
And I believe in truthfulness. So
no, in your eyes, that's some wholeness. That's what that is.
Hey, wholeness, truthfulness. If you don't want to know the answer to the question, don't ask.
Oh, well, stop being a hoe then. And you might not even get to that situation. But
but that wasn't the question.
How you doing, everyone? This is our pre-show.
We are not whores. We are gentlemen of leisure.
No, you a man whore. you is the whore. You the whore junior. That's your problem. The problem with you is you 5'8", and you just take after Flint. Flint talking about I'm not a hoe. I'm like yeah. Oh shit. Oh, I'm sorry.
Why you coming?
I'm not. I'm a gentleman of pleasure.
What?
One of my lady friends may be watching.
Yeah, watch out for him. All right, y'all. All right. This is our special episode of #Kills for Life Wrestling Podcast, the fan reaction edition. So share it around. We're going to start in a few seconds.
Yeah. What's good, Matt? I see you on the #Hills for Life page.
Hey. Yes. Hey. I gotta really do something about that page. Okay. But Flint, Chris, how you guys been? It's been a while since you guys been on our show.
Living life, making paper, working every day. You know how it is.
Yeah, I do.
Respect that.
I definitely do. Chris, how you been hoeing? Sorry, Chris. Is he looking at me right now? Yeah, he is. I'm sorry, Chris. How you been doing in the garden life? How you doing?
He look like he might be frozen.
Is he frozen or is he just really that good at looking?
Yeah, he frozen. He can't be.
Oh damn! Because I was like, damn, she got quiet.
I was like, yo, he's still in character.
He mad. Yeah, right. He mad as fuck. Like he
just flew in today, so man, that's
that
jet lag. That's that jet lag on his laptop.
Damn, because Chris. Okay. So Chris had to disappear. Okay.
He'll be back.
He gonna come back. He gonna talk a whole bunch of shit too. Because I was like, he don't normally get quiet, especially when he defended his wholeness. So you know what I'm saying, Chris, we all be talking shit about me. Always talking shit. All right, let's see who else is on here. Matt, everything is going okay. Everything is going fine. Me personally, I apologize. Next time I'm gonna watch my mouth, because it did cost us an episode for yesterday. I was in the Facebook jail for 3 days, and shut the fuck up.
You are a public figure now, Chris.
I am not a motherfucking public figure. I don't think so. It was just all about me.
3 whole days, huh?
Yeah, 3 whole days. Yeah,
3 whole days. Talking about some good folk, them good wholesome folks over there in Minneapolis.
Wholesome folks.
When you get the dirty 30, then you holler at me.
What's the 30? What's the dirty 30?
That's when they tag your ass for 30 days. You out for a whole month.
Oh no, not there yet. No, getting close though. Getting close. So what do you have to do? You have to show some ass or show a dick print or what? I mean, like what?
God.
What?
Not a dick print.
He went there. He went there.
He did.
Okay, let's go ahead and start.
Yeah, let's start.
Hold up, hashtag heels for life. Wanna welcome everybody, yeah, we gotta get it hype. Hey, every week talking wrestling, we get into it. Current events, even guests that we're interviewing. Hosted by Chris, KUSA, and Nappy Boy. Shout out to Ziggy, put the smack down, you can't ignore. The best you gon' find anywhere online. Tell the competition they about to get clothesline. Hold up, hashtag heels for life. Let's go.
Welcome, Hill Nation. I am your host, Mr. Team Bring It.
And you already know, Nappy Boy.
Ziggy the Beast was good.
And these other two are like totally.
Oh.
Wait a minute. What happened to Chris?
Man, I don't know.
Okay, it must be that damn Wi-Fi. Anyway, all right. Welcome, Flint.
That Spectrum.
And You really want to get slapped. Like, you want to get a virtual slap. Don't you ever talk about something. Well, let's kind of talk about that. You know what? Anyway, everyone, welcome to hashtag Heels for Life Wrestling Podcast. This is the fan reaction podcast, which we just talk about random shit. However, we did not have a podcast last night because I was in Facebook jail. So, anytime a black man talk about a white officer in the wrong way, you're going to get blocked by Facebook. Okay? That's what happened to me. Even though this motherfucker should have burned in fucking hell,
Chris.
We're about to get shut down again, sir.
Yeah,
Chris, you are a public figure.
And as a public figure, I'm saying that boy needs to burn in hell.
You're the leader of Heel Nation. You can't talk in such manners. You're under a microscope.
They could suck my dick. How about Microsoft on that? But anyway, yeah, y'all. Okay, so because we did not have a podcast last night, we are going to be returning officially for our whole podcast. Will be in 2 weeks. Not this week. Well, not the week that's coming up, but the next week. Okay. Yeah. So about a week or two or something like that. But tonight we're going to talk about this bitch, the former WWE writer, the Black writer.
Cornball.
What was her name?
Cornball Magoo.
It was hold on, I'll look it up because I just saw it.
Mobley,
Mobley,
McGee.
Mary, I think.
Had a little lamb.
Kenice Mobley.
Was why that snow.
Kenice. Yeah.
Kenice the Beast.
Kenice Mobley. All right. So, Mr. James, did you want to give us a little summary on who Miss Mobley is?
So apparently, Miss Mobley was a lovely writer of 55.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mobley with a B. I'm just making
a number up.
It's Mobley.
Mobley.
Yeah, sorry.
Miss Mobley was a writer of, I don't know, 50, 55, maybe 60 writers. Ladies and gentlemen, for whoever is watching and is going to watch and is listening to us, this is where opening your mouth can sometimes bite you in the ass. So she comes on, I guess it was her first podcast. You know, she got a little bit of clout because she works for the WWE. Oh, I work for the Titan Towers. I'm a big person now. And she didn't know jack shit. She called Bobby Lashley.
Ashley.
No, well, first you called him a big black guy.
Big black guy. I think his name is Bobby Ashley, maybe Lashley. Exact words. You can go look this up. And Vince McMahon. Look, Vince doesn't have the time of day to literally listen to everything, watch everything, but you can best believe that this motherfucker has eyes and ears everywhere. So it gets back to him that you you have somebody on your payroll that don't know shit. Well,
but y'all hire somebody that
let the viewers get it. Let's let them get the summary of what's going on. Then we can all tackle this. Go ahead.
So like pretty much, word got back to Vince. Vince, being Vince, got in his feelings. I can't have nobody work here that doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. And
I heard it was the con dude.
It's like, oh,
yeah.
All right, so let's
kind of made the decision.
Okay.
Let's kind of talk about this real quick because there are so many levels to this shit. Okay, when I said this earlier, when this first broke out, who in the fuck was the HR person that hired this bitch in the first place? That's number one. Number two, why would you go after a job that you didn't know nothing about? Okay, granted B, you are a writer. Okay, again, there are levels to this shit. If you are a writer, you gotta know what you're writing about. You understand me?
But Chris,
no, come on. Let me get this out. No, I will censor you. I just want this is where I'm coming from. Okay, I just want to kind of get this out real quick because this is where I'm trying to figure out what's up with this. Okay, if you're a writer, okay, all right, cool. You're specialized in writing, okay, but you're going into a company that deals with wrestling, okay, and I think they already told you that you don't need to know anything. You don't have to say anything. All you have to do is write. This is where I have a problem with this because it also reflects on what's going on in the WWE right now. You have writers that write for soap operas and don't know shit about wrestling at all. So now you bring this Virgin Mary from the It's a Wonderful Life with braids and shit, but she's black, and she goes on a fucking podcast after 24 hours after she just got hired, right? Then she talk about, who is this big, black, gorgeous dude with the 11-inch dick? I don't know who he is. Is that Bobby Ashley? Or
I didn't know she said all that.
I don't know who that is. I don't know. It's just they told us that we don't have to know anything. We don't have to say anything. All we just have to do is write. Number one, first of all, I'm sorry. I already went to number one to number two. Now I'm on number three. So, bitch, who the fuck told you to go on a podcast and incriminate yourself? That's what
she dropped a dime on herself, which is like mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, that was really stupid.
I actually went back and I actually watched the whole podcast, little interview. She is a comedy writer. Well, we're going to get past that, but she's a comedy writer and she has a little bit of a broadcasting background. My problem with the situation is it's not even the fact that she took the gig, because like she said she doesn't know much about wrestling at all.
We all got to start somewhere.
Yeah, and that's what she was saying. They offered her 3 times as much as she's getting paid right now. You would have took that damn job too.
Right. I was gonna say now.
I want to drop a dime on myself.
I wouldn't even did that.
Chris, no, come on, man, be real with yourself. That's
no,
like
I'm being real right now. I'm being real right now. Why the fuck would I want to?
Okay,
why would I want to go to a gig that I don't know shit about?
Okay, but it's 3 times the money that you're getting.
Okay. So let me ask you this, Flame. Let me ask you this: was this shit worth it? You got fired.
The end game,
no.
At the end game,
I really want
right.
you. I really want you to think this logically, like honestly.
So let me ask you this question, just because I know what you're about to say, but let me ask you this question. So 2 of them were hired, right, James? 2 females were hired, one for Raw, one for SmackDown. To me, neither one of them know anything about wrestling. One of them is still working at SmackDown, making
one
3
of them
times
was
as much
smarter
money
than the other,
and
right?
the other one opened up her mouth and got fired. So that's the point that I'm making. Like, bro, if she wouldn't have never, okay, put it this way, we've all known from the level of their writing and the stories that's coming out, none of them motherfuckers got.
None of them writers know shit, right? None of them writers.
You know what I'm saying? We already know that. All she did was solidify what we've all been saying for what? How long has the show been shit? For the last couple years or 2 years. You know what I'm saying?
For a while.
That's all she did. She just man solidified what we already knew.
Right.
And that's what she got fired for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
put it this way, Chris. I work for a company that I will vouch for like a motherfucker, and I've never said that in my career ever. I love where I work at. I make very good, decent money. But if WWE would be like, James, we need a manager for Bobby Lashley, would you like to do it and make $500,000 a year? Fucking sign me up yesterday.
But no. See,
that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. That does not make no sense at all. I'm sorry. You tell me. Okay, let me see if I can get this right. So I'm going to go. What is a perfect example? Okay. I'm trying to think of a perfect example, like the most.
You work at Spectrum, right?
Okay.
Right?
Well, no, I'm trying to give you the perfect example, man. It's like this, Nappy, for instance, man. Now the difference with what you just said was you're a wrestling fan, so you could kind of manage Bobby Lashley to a certain point. That's like me going to Chris and saying, "Hey, Chris, I got an electrician gig that pays you $80,000 a year." Man,
I would still take that though.
And Chris said,
Listen.
So Chris says, man, you know what? I have absolutely no desire to learn electricity. I have no electrician background. And I'm like, that's okay. That's the perfect client that I'm looking for. Somebody that don't know shit about.
But that's not exactly it. That's not exactly it, bro.
That is it.
That's the problem.
No, it's not.
That is it.
Oh, wait. Chris and Chris. It's not. Remember what it says. She's a writer. All right. She is a legit writer. She's a writer. She's a comedy writer.
She's a legit dumbass.
Comedy acts.
It doesn't.
She
okay, but listen.
Comedy acts.
I understand that. But
with
what I'm saying is
entertainment.
Listen. Apparently, when they told her that she was perfect for it, because apparently they was looking for some comedic shit. They told her she was perfect for the job. So therefore, if you apply for some shit that pays you 3 times as much and you tell them your background and they say, well, you're perfect, you're not going to take it?
Okay.
The only thing she did wrong was open up her fucking mouth.
That's the only thing she did wrong.
There was a thing. There was a post that was open. She applied for it. She interviewed, got screened, all that shit. They gave her the thumbs up. I mean,
all she had to do was man, she could have simply answered that question and said, yes, I've been hired as a writer for WWE. Next question, please.
But if you watch it, she was
like what Lucky said.
I know. I agree with Luck. 110%, but she was trying to be funny. If you actually go back and watch it, she was being truthful and it was her personality.
But none of that shit was funny.
But it
just didn't work.
She shouldn't have said shit.
What we talked about earlier, okay, when you are doing the hiring process, with the HR and so forth, what they're supposed to do is they're supposed to give you the guidelines, because that's what they do for me. I work at Spectrum, you work at Comcast or whatever. They tell us that you're not supposed to say certain things because of security reasons. So you're not supposed to hang on one second. I'm sorry. I'm
Just need to get this out here.
My thing, I wonder did she even get that far?
She got hired.
No, she said on that podcast that she had not started writing for them yet.
Damn. Right, but she was
already in orientation wise.
She had the job, right? She was like, man, because she was like, actually, I was getting ready to invite some people over this weekend to teach me something about wrestling.
But I will say this.
Like she didn't even know that the shit that she was writing is properly termed promos. She just kept saying, "Yeah, I'm writing little scripts for the guys in between the wrestling matches."
Yeah.
I can't. I can't.
But that's WWE's fault for even hiring her.
And that is where I have a problem with. I have a huge problem with this shit.
Probably went on fucking Indeed or LinkedIn and just started applying everywhere.
Hey,
your resume matches.
But tell you that you perfect. Right?
But bro, this is the problem that we've been talking about for the past 10 years though. Like the thing is, this you cannot give them a pass. I don't give a fuck if it's the WWE. I don't give a fuck if it's AEW. I don't give a fuck if it's Ring of Honor.
I don't think anybody's giving them a pass.
With this is that you got them punk ass fucking fans out there that sitting there talking about you're talking about the WWE again. Does it matter? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what company this story came from. It came from the WWE. Okay, it's too bad. So sad. Move on. The problem is that you hire fucking writers that don't know what the fuck they're doing as far as like wrestling goes. Okay, they don't know a whole bunch about wrestling. Okay, at least have some type of knowledge of what the fuck the promo is.
That's what I was about to say, Chris. I agree with you.
I got a better idea.
Too many writers out there, and I mean writers that probably are interested in wrestling and have a background in at least entertainment writing.
I got a better idea.
I mean, and that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. I have an even better idea. Let some of these guys go out there and see if they're funny on their fucking own. How about letting them cut a promo or two themselves and let's see what they got?
How about you not waste anybody's time and not even apply?
I'm pretty sure.
Can't get mad at I'm applying though.
I'm applying. Fuck that. I'm applying.
I'm applying too.
And you know what? You're gonna sit there and be the dumbass just like that bitch that got fired.
Except I'm gonna make my 3 times as much money.
And guess what?
Except I ain't gonna open my goddamn mouth.
That's why I said there are levels to this shit. You're getting 3. You're probably getting like 6 figures. Okay, cool. You get your 6 figures, but you're going in there and you're blindfolded. You don't know what the fuck is going on. That's exactly what happened to this dumb bitch right now. She went. Hold on. Let me finish. Because number one, what the WWE should have did instead of thinking that this is Black History Month and like saying, "Oh, she's a black woman. Oh, that we'll score some cool points." With the African Americans, oh yeah, everybody in the IWC that's an African American talking about, oh yeah, they're bringing the Black Lives Matter, So now everybody's all cool and happy and shit until that bitch opened her damn mouth. And that was the problem with HR. They should have at least told her, do not say certain stuff. I know that she was getting ready to start writing. Well, but they should have told her the guidelines to that. That was the
Maybe she didn't go through orientation yet.
That's what I said.
I'm sorry. She's not. Okay, Tamara. She's not a black bitch. Okay, she's not a black bitch, but she's a dumb one. She's dumb because she should have at least asked some questions before she went on a podcast. That's what she should have did. I'm kind of irritated because she shouldn't do better.
She just didn't have to go into detail. Like I said, you could have generally answered the question. Yes, I've been hired by the WWE to write some comedy spots. Next question, please. That's it.
I'm going to say this. I kind of feel like when she went in there for that interview, she told them that she didn't know anything whatsoever about wrestling, and they said that was fine. I think Vince believes that everything he wants to create himself. It has to be homegrown. Everything, including his writers.
Yeah.
He just wasn't supposed to say
and it's just like sometimes you can't.
But Chris, think about this though. They could have Quentin Tarantino, James Cameron, the best writers. I don't care whoever your favorite writer is. The artist from Harry Potter is still got to get cleared by Vince. You can make the best fucking story that you come out with. Vince can say, nah.
Nope. Right. I don't like it. Do it again.
Right. And
there's 30 more. There's 30 more Katina Mobleys in there that just being quiet.
Tamara, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%, 150, 55% and beyond. The problem is that she should have at least researched what she was getting herself into.
Why?
What you mean? Why?
Because if somebody tells me, look, you don't need to know dick about this job. All I need you to do is what you've been doing. Write a couple of comedy spots, and I'm gonna give you $500,000 a year.
Chris.
Yeah, I'm taking the money.
I'm taking the job.
That is really misleading. That's really misleading. Because guess what?
You outvoted 4-1. You gonna take that job?
I don't care.
You're gonna take that job.
I don't care. I don't care if I'm outvoted. I'm 20-1. I don't give a shit. My whole thing is
take the job.
You cannot say I will not, because if I don't know shit about the job, why would I want to apply for a job that I don't know shit about? That doesn't make any sense.
Because it's the learning process.
And then on top of that,
job, bro. You didn't know your job when you got there.
You sitting here, you talking about money. Money is not everything, and that's the problem. She got all this fucking money. She got all this fucking money only to be fired like a couple days later.
I don't even think because she got her first paycheck. But see, that's the difference between her and majority of the people in the world. She's a rare case of not having fucking common sense, because anybody with the right brain, the right common sense, who really doesn't know, bruh, I've never managed anything in my life. But if somebody would have come to me and be like, yo, I need you as a manager at a Best Buy. I've never sold electronics.
Don't lower your standards that low, bro.
And that's why,
I would take the
for somebody that worked there.
But I would learn everything I needed to learn to be
on the
leader.
But she didn't. But here's the thing: you got people out there that have wrestling knowledge. At least know what is the difference between a heel and a face.
They're not looking for that, though.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
They're not looking. What did I say earlier? Vince wants
to With that being said, that's why the WWE is fucked up right now.
Exactly. We all agree with just saying a different way.
But y'all all about the fucking fingers.
Absolutely.
You all about the fingers.
See, again, what I would do is, even though I'm being told you don't need to know about this product,
I'm gonna go
as a dedicated writer, I'm still going to try to learn about this product. Whether I get, look.
Well, it sounds like that she was getting ready to do that.
Whether Vince McMahon turns me down 101 times, there's always that chance that he might be like, you know what? I like her shit. I like his shit. Let's use it. That's what's going on in my mind.
Say, Chris, so this is why they don't. This is my theory on why they don't want wrestling writers. Is because people like us in this group and people that are watching at home that know wrestling, we're going to be critiquing and talking back. This is stupid. Facts. Why would he do that? That doesn't sound right. But people that don't know wrestling, they'll write dumb shit like
there's no
what
rebuttal.
you see on TV right now.
Well, I mean, man,
they'll write people that don't know wrestling they're going to write that Lana Bobby Lashley shit.
Right. And people that know wrestling wouldn't write.
Right, Lana getting put through a table weekly.
But I mean,
or like Alexa Bliss with her magic powers. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the shit that they gonna write.
Or Shayna Baszler getting beat by everybody.
That's my theory on why those openings are out there and why people like Katina Mobley are applying for them and getting hired.
Well, and then
there's not much pushback from those people.
You also have to remember when if you remember well, and I'm pretty sure all of you all know this, Vince despises the word professional wrestling. If you remember when he went on that Stone Cold podcast, man, he was damn near finna piss himself every time.
I ain't
Stone Cold. So what I'm saying is, so when somebody comes in and be like, well, I have no wrestling knowledge. Oh, that's perfect. We're not looking for people with pro wrestling knowledge.
We'll mold you into what we want.
Thank God.
Exactly.
We need somebody to write for sports entertainment. But what he doesn't realize is we're never going to say, hey, you going to that sports entertainment event over there next week?
No, we're not saying it. Yeah. Imagine if Daniel Bryan was a writer, Tommy Dreamer, all these people are writers in WWE. There'd be arguments all day in there. They wouldn't get nothing done.
Oh yeah,
have writers.
Bobby Lashley is our new sports entertainment.
But here's the thing. The problem is that this is a ripple effect. This is a never-ending circle.
Correct.
For WWE, and that's why Vince. Excuse me, Lord, for me saying this. Vince either needs to die or he needs to retire. I'm sorry for saying that, but I'm tired of the WWE. I'm tired of these fucking excuses. I'm tired of me saying to motherfuckers, why in the fuck are you so damn worried about getting these figures over here, but you're not doing your fucking job right? You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole thing is, I want the WWE to evolve. I want the WWE to be the WWE that we grew up on, but I already knew this 10 years ago. Me and Flint talked about this earlier. This is not going to happen. I already accepted that the WWE is not going to go back to the company that we used to love. This is a company that's going to hire people, like all of us are saying, that they're going to hire people that don't know shit about wrestling. They're going to hire motherfuckers that did comedy scripts, that did soap operas and shit, did shit for Sunset Beach and shit. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying right here, and people are going to say, oh, well, you're just being too hard on the WWE. You're being too hard on that girl. Number one, they should have at least told her not to do this, not to do that, not to do this. Then she should, like what Tamara said, she should have did her research. She should have researched her research and, at least knew something about wrestling. But because Chris just said that she was getting ready to learn what wrestling was, I was like, okay, I can't really fault her on that. So
she just opened up her damn mouth too early.
Exactly, and the problem was and I don't want to paint this on black people too much, but you know how it's black people, we get money and shit, and then we get clout, and then we get that fame for 15 seconds and shit. Now we want to go on every fucking podcast and shit, and like stop opening our mouth. That was her problem.
So I think she was booked for the podcast before that because she knows.
Yes, I'm an old fan.
Yeah, she's been on that podcast several times.
Right, and he the one who brought it up. She didn't, but like Chris said, I would have just simply put like, man, I got hired. I'm learning on the job. Right, you know what I'm saying, man? Like I'm going to try to do my best to learn on the job, and that's
I wouldn't have even said I'm learning on the job. I got hired as a WWE writer. I have some things coming up really soon. Next question, please.
But everybody has had to learn on the job. Everybody that got hired at a spot that they didn't know shit.
So I didn't know shit about this matching.
But that's what I'm saying. So I'm not faulting her for not knowing shit. Where I'm faulting her is like you said, even when I got hired, you know what I'm saying, for the company I work for, I didn't know shit. But I showed enough to get in there and get out in the public like, man, I don't know shit. I don't know how the fuck they hired me. I'm about to fuck all this shit up.
But you learned how to be skinny though.
But man, but I learned on the job, and that's it. I don't think she got fired for not knowing anything. She got fired for opening up her mouth about
running that mouth.
She embarrassed them, and she basically exposed them for what real fans already knew what the hell was going on, which is they hiring people who don't know a promo from their asshole.
But you know what? It's a two-way. But Chris, it's a two-way street though,
and because
she was wrong. And so was the WWE.
Well, no, I'm saying they both equally wrong. But what I'm saying is like, man, but if you look at it, period, that is why most of these promos on WWE, all of them, man, most of them come off as overly fucking scripted, and they come off as robots.
Because
if I'm reading off a teleprompter, they never look into the camera and cut promos. They're reading.
Right, like holy shit.
You gotta think about it. So other than Roman Reigns,
Charlotte fucking Flair, it's like, man, they just give her something and be like, here, go out there and read this.
So you know what though? But you got to think about it. Other than Roman Reigns, and I think that's because of Paul Heyman has a lot to do with his writing. Everybody else is literally verbatim. This is what you have to say. There is no. I mean, man, Mox said it. There is no deviating from their script.
Yeah.
You can't even add your own little flair to it. It is specific. You know,
you have to say
down the
word
line.
for fucking word.
Word for word. Yeah. So it's
not the Booker T. Oh, not the Booker T of writing scripts.
That's that was funny. That was a good one.
But that's what I'm saying. And I highly doubt that back during the Attitude Era, somebody handed The Rock a piece of paper and it had know your role
you had bullet
and
points.
shut your mouth.
No,
you candy ass on there.
Wait,
he had some bullet points, and then also back then he had freedom, which they don't have right now.
So then that begs the question, right? Because I've seen a lot of interviews with 90s, a lot of old ones, and they always said that the writers gave them bullet points. This is your promo. You have to hit these. That's how you know who could cut a promo and who couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Because you had to get out there and you had to inject your flavor, your style, your character into your bullet points. So us talking this now, so are we saying that the lack of writers is better for the wrestling community?
Because no, I don't. I think it's more so. I'm gonna take this, and then Chris can, he can follow up. I think it's more so the chains are just on the creative writers. It doesn't even matter what they do, because they could come up with a better story. Someone said this earlier. They could come up with the most awesome story, and then get to Vince McMahon and he shoot out. Talk about that's some terrible shit. And we're back to square one.
I mean, my whole point with this is like, okay, first of all, my first question is, what fucking demographic are you going after? They have to figure that out first.
All of them.
Well, we already know
all of them.
We already know what majority of them are.
I mean, they want the PG graphic because they feel that's where the money is.
What's the PG graphic though?
I was going to say, because my 12-year-old won't even
under 13.
But that's what I was going to say. My 12-year-old won't even watch that shit now because he feels like his intelligence.
That's because your 12-year-old. Well, wait. Yeah. That's because your 12-year-old. He is way beyond his years. Way beyond his years.
He's older than the demographic they're targeting.
Yes, he is.
It's under. That's what I said. PG is under that 13-year-old, which is pretty much where your son is. Yes. It's that, Daddy, I need the Roman Reigns T-shirt. And you know what I'm saying, man? I need the styrofoam finger. Yeah, the 13-year-old ain't gonna want no goddamn styrofoam Roman Reigns finger. Fuck
no, like man, now he fucks with AEW, and man, and I know I'm finna trigger a whole lot of WWE fans.
Roman Reigns,
but the difference is, and you can see it in the promos when you watch the shows. The difference is they are AEW gives their talent creative freedom to do what they want to do. Now, does everything come across good? Hell no. Some of that shit is shit too.
Yeah,
but
trash.
A lot, man. But I give most of them credit for at least going out there and trying something. Just like, for instance, Peter Avalon. Man, he saw that librarian shit wasn't working. Yeah. Man, he changed it up to the Pretty Peter bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't like neither one of them, but at least he had the freedom to go from one thing to the next.
It didn't work, to something else.
Man.
Just like I honestly believe that Jungle Boy came a long way, because Jungle Boy couldn't cut a fucking promo to save his life when he first got there. But whoever worked with him,
and again,
let him interject himself,
and the writers
gotten a lot better.
And the writers that they have in the back at AEW, i.e., are mostly former wrestlers. Man, people that were in the business when it was the hottest shit smoking. A lot of them were in WWE when it worked, so they know what works, and they're really just back there giving these guys a blueprint of, okay, this is how you go out there and you cut these promos. Right. Man, Lance Archer can't cut a promo for shit.
Give him Lance Archer. Oh, he is cringeworthy for real.
He's gotten better though. God. He's gotten better since he's been with Jake though.
No, fuck, he has not. Yeah, he has not. Yeah. He keeps saying, look, he keeps staring at. Like, I mean, dude, like, can I get my face back? I mean, like, dude, I don't need you all in the camera. I mean, like, for real. Like, I get that you're a monster, but you don't have to be all up in the camera. And I'm sorry, with him and Jake the Snake Roberts, I'm sorry, it's like a mismatch.
And
from
like
hell.
But I mean, and then like, man, and my favorite and most beautiful example of night and day is MJ fucking F. You cannot tell me that they give that man a script and go out there and say, here, say this shit.
I've always was a firm believer of, look, you're going to have people on the MJF level. You're going to have people on the Miz level, the Rock level, the Stone Cold level, people that don't need a script. So therefore, yes, have a team of writers for just in case. Like, let somebody go out there. They fuck up. Look, man, that promo was a little weak. Explain to them why it was weak. Send them to the writer's room. Don't send everybody in the fucking roster in the writer's room, because guess what? Everybody doesn't need it.
Yep.
That's where, guess what? WWE marks that like to say we bash WWE and only WWE week in and week out. This is where I'm going to do a little bashing on AEW. That's where AEW is slightly fucking up at, because they got people that actually need the help. But guess what? It's the Wild Wild West over there. They don't have a writing team.
Yeah, they just letting them kind of go out there and wing it.
Tony Khan goes up to Jungle Boy and says, hey, I need this, and I need that. Figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a gunslinger. I kind of like that note. I get where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying, James? And I do agree to a point. But my thing is this. You won't know if you're good at promo or cutting a promo or anything like that about your character until you get out there and do it.
True.
You can do it in front of a mirror a million times and man, you great. And in front of your peers, you great. But until you get out there in front of that camera and that crowd, you don't really know.
No, this is true, and I 100% agree with you, but put yourself in Tony Khan's shoes, right? I'm not bashing nobody on the roster. That's why I'm about to use a random name. You're Tony Khan right now. You put John out there 3 times, and John has fell flat. As an owner, as a promoter, you got to do something with John. John's not cutting it promo-wise. So that's where I say AEW should have at least 4 writers just sitting there, and don't pay them a fuck ton of money to where they're sitting for 2 weeks. Look, they're sitting there for 2 weeks, but it doesn't really matter. But I'm telling you,
well, I mean,
you should have at least a small team.
There should be more on
standby.
I believe there should be more. I see where you're going with it though, but I think there should be more like storyline based and not like day to day or week to week promo based.
Promo, yeah.
More
This is where the story is going, right? You know, man, we're gonna feel this. I mean, like, man, like a great example of somebody that went from shit to shine over there, man, is Britt Baker.
I was just about to bring her up.
I don't know.
I love her.
I don't know who the fuck was working with her backstage.
Was working with that.
Baby.
You already know Baby was working with that.
I love her.
You know, Baby was like, yeah, read that back to me again. One more time.
Yeah. I love her.
You know?
I want to meet her. I swear, if we go to All Out, I want to meet her. I just wanted to do this on camera.
Like, I love Britt Baker.
MD.
But see, that's but again, bro, when she was basically fucking up, we wouldn't have known where her promo skills were going to be if they would have scripted her.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't. They gave her bullet points, and you just seen her progressively get better.
And that's why I said
the mic.
Whoever was working with her backstage, because this time last year we all wanted her ass off TV.
So according to her, she said that Tony Schiavone and Kenny Omega and the Bucks really worked with her on her promo skills. Those four kind of really brought her along. And you know what I'm saying? So that's when you were saying the four. I think that is their core. Like everybody in AEW has more than one role backstage. You know what I'm saying? And you would think Tony Schiavone, we know he know how to cut promos. He's been doing it for what, 30, 40 years?
He's really yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the Bucks, I mean, what can they do bad? I don't know. So you know what I'm saying?
Other than doing super kicks continuously?
Well, I think they do that to throw it in WWE face. I think they do that purposely because in the beginning they weren't doing it as much.
I think
that
so
was their finisher.
Yeah,
and after Vince and them started making fun of you can't do super kicks, they was like, well, fuck, do it 7 times a match.
Leg slap.
Right, and the leg slap. Yeah. So they just kept doing it.
But like, man, and
I think that is your promo core. I think they have a promo core. Possibly. They just don't have writers.
Yeah,
right. And you know what I'm saying?
And I honestly think that they're bringing in people like Mark Henry and Big Show to help out with that more so because we're not gonna see their ass in the fucking ring. So, I hope not.
But you know what though? Now that I look at it,
at least not on a regular fucking basis,
right?
But now that I look at it, as we sitting here talking and I'm looking over all products, that's what made NXT so great at the time. Is that they were their own little entity with their own little backstage presence, trainers, writers, and everything else, and that's why it was so good.
But what were most of the writers and the backstage presence? What did they all have?
Wrestlers.
All former wrestlers.
But okay, I'm sorry, but I was looking a little bit shady when you mentioned Mark Henry. So
yeah, I know you love him about as much as Booker T.
I really do. I really love the muscles. Though.
Somebody gonna get
my whole thing is like, he didn't really have much of a presence in the WWE in the backstage. It was just more so he was a snitch more than anything. So how does he benefit, in AEW? Like, does he go from snitch to Mitch, or does he go back to Mitch to the snitch? So like, I mean, like it's.
Well, look, I will tell you like this. Mark Henry was a very good heel. He was never a good babyface. He was a very good heel in WWE. He was always an angry black man. That's why.
No, House of Pain is when he turned into the angry black man, and it worked.
But I think that he can teach the big men how to be pretty good heels because he was a pretty good big man heel.
Yeah,
with a very limited amount of moves. You know what I'm saying? His move set was
with a little bit snitching,
but I think that the big guys, especially like Bear Country, I think they can learn a lot from him.
Okay. Who is Bear Country?
Okay.
Heavy Machinery 2.0.
Yeah.
Oh, them hairy white men.
Yeah. Otis and Tucker 2.0.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
Okay. I'm
not even about to Chris.
But I like the point that Lucky and Flint was talking about earlier was that NXT had like Dusty, William Regal.
Right.
That makes sense. I didn't even think of it like that.
Man,
even Triple H to an extent.
Triple H. Man.
And that's the reason why it was so good.
Was over there.
Wasn't Prince Albert?
Yeah, Prince Albert is one of their
Billy
trainers.
Gunn was down there.
Yeah, until
and that's why it was so good.
True.
And then once they tried to make it another main roster brand, it became Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, because they started bringing in them dumbass writers.
Yep,
you're right. You know what I'm saying? Because now they had to go back to the writing of the platform, and it was the one pure wrestling product that they had. And now that's why I said. So now I would at this point. Now, that's why I say I don't want writers. I would rather have AEW in the format that it is than for it to even evolve or eventually making its way to the way the WWE is, which is just terrible.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like I mean, man, or you just get a core of writers, because like when WWE was the shit, you had Koski, Cornette, fucking Vince Russo,
former bookers, like you said,
former bookers,
right? And
but
then
they all
had,
were former wrestling people,
and you
they
had
were all
Bruce
former
Pritchard.
industry people.
Bruce
And,
Pritchard, look,
and you had Bruce
look
Pritchard
all those names
before he was a yes man. I mean, because he's there now, but he's just man, a fucking yes man.
But think about it, and none of those that you named, none of them were professional writers. They were just in the wrestling business.
They were all promoters.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
They were
that's experience that they needed though.
Experience. That's another
experience.
Yep.
Experience.
And I mean, I have no problem with them bringing in new writers that don't have experience, but majority of your head writers have to. And then you can bring the new people, the young people up. You don't need
You don't need that many goddamn writers.
That's another.
You really don't.
You don't.
Like he's cutting all this talent.
Look at what you just named, and though that group was over the entire WWE.
Yeah.
And they weren't doing segment by segment script writing either. They were doing more bigger picture writing.
No, it was
story arc, your bullet points.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, right, you into it with him. This is why. This is where y'all going with it. You know, man.
And those who couldn't cut promos got managers.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Antonio said the same thing too in chat. Like, they got managers to people that couldn't speak.
Vince doesn't like managers.
Or got put in factions, and he don't like factions either.
Yeah, he don't like factions either.
So Antonio said that he couldn't do much as a snitch to get hired in AEW, but Mark was a comic relief as a face, and it worked. What did he do that was funny?
I really think the only reason he got
you don't remember him and Mae Young?
Well, sexual chocolate.
That was
sexual chocolate. Yep.
That was disgusting.
It was terrible. It was terrible.
But it was funny.
It was funny.
It was fucking hilarious.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm about to gag. I'm sorry.
But I mean, man,
it was hilarious in there.
Like I honestly think, and a lot of people.
This dude here, bro.
Sorry,
man.
Oh my God.
A lot of people don't like it because she's just fucking cringeworthy all the way around. But I think, man, Vicky working with fucking Andrade is a good fucking move.
Yep.
I mean, it is until Thea comes along. But
who is
Selena Vega?
Selena Vega.
Yeah.
Italians, boo.
Yeah, I think they need to push Vicky aside because all that. Excuse me. Yeah,
she really needs to retire that shit.
She needs to retire that shit. Yes.
You didn't see Jake Hager coming out talking about we the people. Just retire that shit.
Oh, yeah, Chris Jericho stopped that shit the first.
Yeah, he stopped that shit the first day.
Yes, right.
Jericho was like, "Oh hell no!"
Yeah, somebody.
That was a bad idea from Bad Creative.
Right, it was a stupid idea by Bad Creative.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm the same way with Vicky. That excuse me shit, let that shit go. Yeah, I mean, honestly, she has enough character in just herself and who she is that she don't need that shit.
She don't need that shit, right? I was gonna say,
I agree on that.
She's good on the mic.
I do agree
when she's just talking, but it's just like the other shit, like that part.
It's just like I like her with Nyla Rose. They just need Nyla Rose to be Miro.
I don't like Nyla.
I just need Nyla Rose to be Miro.
She's too manly.
Never mind.
Look, bro.
I ain't saying.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay out of that.
I'm staying out of it. I'm
gonna say, yep, I'm not touching that.
Okay, the reason why I say that is like
I just don't like her.
I think she just needs to be more feminine. I mean, it's like she's coming off too strong. I mean, like I like
she comes off to be like Awesome Kong. Like Awesome Kong wasn't feminine in no way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
she was just a beast. She came out like Miro, and that's the way I think Nyla Rose should have been booked.
But she's not a beast. Her wrestling is cringe. She's not good.
I'll give. I mean, she's not bad. I've seen worse.
But I have
Eva Marie.
Not bad, but
I've
seen Eva Marie live.
I have not seen her any improvement from Nyla Rose 1.0 to now. Like I have not. I don't.
She's gotten better. She's got. It's not been. See, you judging that you can't.
She's not Chris
so
fucking Statlander. Chris Statlander.
That's what I was about to say. See, look at where you setting the bar. And you're looking at Britt Baker, Statlander, Hikaru Shida. That's a pretty big elevation in development in a very short amount of time.
But Britt Baker was worse than her in the beginning.
Yes, but Britt Baker had somebody, Bay, to show her along before she even got there to help her. Think about it. Nyla Rose. She started wrestling in AEW. She had no pre-existing wrestling experience. So you got man. Chris Statlander was an indie before she got to AEW. So they at least had some form.
Who is Chris Flandander? Who's Zoolander?
Chris Statlander?
The alien chick.
Yeah, who is that? Who is that, Flint?
The alien.
He being shady.
He's just being.
I'm looking at
he being a heel.
He's being an ass.
I'm not being a heel. I wanted you to talk to me.
Okay, you talking to Flint?
Yes,
it's Chris Statlander. You know, Chris Statlander. You know,
thank you.
Thank you. The alien chick. You know who's with Orange Cassidy right now.
The UFO. Okay.
Yep.
We're here. All right.
Look, he's shaking his head.
But that's it, and that's what I think that Nyla Rose, given enough time and booked right, she'll be good. I'm hoping that they go that same route with Jade Cargill, because Jade Cargill has made steps and improvements in her wrestling.
I'm a fan of Jade Cargill.
Yeah, but at least Jade
the first match was terrible.
But at least she came in the door at least knowing how to cut a fucking promo. Nyla Rose,
she did not. She was terrible.
Nothing.
That first mic interview, boy, she was ridiculously bad with Shaq. When she came on there with Shaq, that was the worst shit I've ever seen ever. It was Eva Marie bad. It was terrible.
Not Eva Marie.
Go back and look at it.
I wasn't paying attention to much you were saying.
No, I wasn't either. I was looking at it.
Lucky was like, man, that was great.
Yeah, it was. It was fan. From what I
saw, real good shit.
From what
real good shit.
From what I saw, it was wonderful.
Right.
It was a wonderful promo.
You was too busy looking at her.
But
oh damn!
He dropped it. Oh shit! Whoa! But you know what? Antonio, you might be right. He said that Nyla Rose, she had wrestled in Japan before she made it to AEW.
Shit,
but I didn't know when they did her interview, she said that this was her real, I guess her first time being brought in wrestling. But maybe she did do a little bit of work.
There is nobody worse than Eva Marie.
Exactly, and they brought her back.
Nobody's worse,
and they brought her back
and fight.
That is the whole thing. And then the crazy thing is, it's them WWE stands
because it's
that was sitting there and saying that maybe she improved. What? As long as she improved at.
As long as you have the triple B's, Vince will hire you.
No, as long as you got them damn triple silicones and.
That's what I'm saying. The triple B is blonde, big breasts,
and them big ass lips. And I tried to tell Nappy that she got some damn silicones in her lips. He didn't believe me.
That's all right.
And wait a minute though. Wait. So let me get this straight. I had to think about this, and it just dawned on me. So you rehire Eva Marie, but you let go of Ruby Riott. How does that? I'm just trying to see how does that equal.
Because Ruby Riott has a boy chest and Eva Marie has big tits.
Hey,
right. Back to the 3Bs. Big breasts.
I'll talk to you real quick. See, that's it that I was trying to get people to understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck you gonna get rid of this bitch that look like a boy, but then you bring this bitch up that look like a fucking pink Cadillac, and everybody been coming in her.
But see, the thing that really makes me, because I'm just trying to get my signals right.
They weren't using it to begin with, and then
but
it's not Ruby
Riott And the Riot Squad was actually a pretty good team. They all could pretty much wrestle, and they all looked good together.
Yeah,
Ruby Riott was a damn good wrestler.
Okay, Antonio. Yeah, so, Ruby isn't that great, but fucking Eva Marie she can't wrestle her way out of a paper fucking bag. That's the point that we're making. We're not saying
I'm surprised she can even get into the ring without fucking herself up.
Shit. She can get in the ring because of those titties.
That's what I'm saying, man.
It's real good shit.
Man, she went in there and flashed Vince and let him rub on her muff a little bit.
No, that's not the only thing she did. She squared her legs and her pussy lips.
No.
Man.
Whoa.
What? Is you trying to get banned again?
I'm not trying to get banned. I mean, I'm just telling y'all. See, the thing about it is I'm raw. I'm raw with it. I'm raw and uncut.
But that's the thing. Antonio said that Ruby hit her ceiling. We don't even know because they never really gave her a shot like that. Because in NXT, she was killing. They never really gave her a shot like that.
Hey, Nappy, you got the password to the hashtag Heels for Life account because Chris about to be gone for another.
I don't.
Right,
30 days.
Yeah, they're gonna hit him with the whole 30. Like we gave you 3, you didn't learn.
Yeah, we gotta give you the whole 30.
Now we're gonna give you the 3. Oh,
no, you get a week after the 3.
Okay, so lucky so it'll be another week.
Yeah.
So it'll be 3 weeks.
And then my advice to you is, man, if you get hit with that week, that's when you set up your ghost account. Just go on and do it right then and now.
No, your ghost account doesn't even work.
Let's set up that burner.
Antonio, I got a question for you. Why do you think that she needed to get a boob job just to perform? That's just stupid.
No. See, the thing about it is, Eva Marie needed to get all that shit done.
Well, no, I mean, like if you go back
and if somebody told me like, Nick, I got to get breast implants in order to fucking work, man, fuck you. I go somewhere else.
At the end of the day, man, if you go back, man, I forgot what podcast she was on, but man, Carmella said it, man. She hates going fucking blonde. The only reason she does it is because Vince demands her to fucking dye her hair blonde.
Are you sure she's not talking about the dude that pissed on her?
Oh.
Well, see, look, man, look.
Drip.
I don't know. I don't know how freaky the bitch is behind closed doors. Like, man, like
she
that's
already
not my
said
business.
it on Instagram. She put all her pussy on. You know what? Never mind.
Yeah, stop it.
Just never mind.
Send me that link later on.
No, I'm not doing that, you freak.
So then the question is, where does the WWE go from here? I mean, you obviously know you don't want writers. Well, fans don't want writers that don't know shit about wrestling.
But they don't give a shit about the fans. So
not at all. So that's what I'm saying.
That's what's crazy.
Where they should go, like CM Punk said, it should go to hell. That's where it should go.
Man, that's
just how I feel.
I think that was the last person they gave bullet points to, and they was like, "Hell no, we ain't doing that shit."
Fuck this, man. What this shit did.
Just one more thing before we go because it's 11:30. So there was a viral video that was going around, and this was back from 2013 with the Bella Twins talking about China. Number one, the Bella Twins never had any class because these are the two same hoes that was sucking up the main stars on the roster. I mean, they got the tricks from Triple H. And now they're Hall of Famers for what? Sucking dick? Like, wow.
I don't know why they Hall of Famers either.
I don't either. But
that was a disgrace to the Hall of Fame.
I guess when you have great jaws or whatever, I mean, you go places. I mean, look at what happened to Superhead. But whatever.
What shit? She's irrelevant at this point. So
no, she's not relevant. She just got she. You know what? Okay.
Well, you be up on all the messy gossip, don't you?
Not at all. No. It's just I know where messy trash comes from. I mean, the
Well, Chris, enlighten me what they said because I have no idea what they said about China.
Well, first, before you go there, why would the Bella Twins even be speaking on China? Somebody that they never encountered. Man, as far as in a wrestling career,
bro. You know how it goes. You get in a group. Go ahead, Chris.
They was on Joan Rivers' show at that time,
She's still alive.
I guess she did. I guess.
Her and Betty White still kicking.
Right. Stupid. So
no,
I guess
think
they were
Joan passed. I think
they was going over pictures. They was going over pictures, and they came across China, and Nikki and her and Mode was saying, I don't know if this is a man or a woman, and then Joan Rivers talking about, well, yeah, she has a clitoris and a dick or some type of shit.
What?
Yeah. It was, yeah. And this was around the time that China was still alive.
Yep.
Because China passed away in 2015.
Oh.
Yep, 2016. Yeah, something like that.
And that happened in 2013.
Yeah, and so they're trash for that. I never respected the Bella Twins anyways. They a bunch of copy hoes anyway. So,
when I saw that they couldn't wrestle, I was over them. Right after that, like neither one of them can really wrestle.
Nah.
That's why when they was
bitches
talking
was
about
holding the titles like a motherfucker.
Exactly, and that's why I understand.
It was like, oh, who you were sucking. I mean, and she was sucking on John Cena.
Yeah,
just saying. And then it was Daniel Bryan,
the golden boy.
Yeah, then after he got through with wrestling, he got through with her ass. Like, look, I'm finna go to Hollywood, and your ass can't come.
And then he got married on her ass. That was fucked up.
Got married.
Yeah.
After he told her he'd never get married. That sounds like some shit I'd do. Bitch, I'm never getting married again. And then the next bitch to come along, let's get married.
Well, no, he never said he never said he didn't get married. The problem was the kids. Because man, she wanted fucking kids because Brie was having them fucking kids with Daniel Bryan.
She was trying to tie them down. That's what she was trying to do.
And John Cena was like, man, fuck that. I'm not having no kids right now. I'm going to Hollywood.
Yeah.
So Corey had a question. He said, horrible. I got a question. Do you think China knew about it? Yes, of course.
Yeah, she knew about it.
I know it got back to her. Yeah, I know it got back to her.
But China was an emotional wreck at that time. So, man, like as big and burly, man, like when you watch like home videos and shit, she was girly as hell. Yeah, she was soft. She had all the woman feelings in that body that looked like look, X-Pac little ass was beating her ass.
Right. Think about that. She could bench press that nigga easy.
And I was
whooping her ass.
Probably with one hand. Just
right.
I never understood. Ooh, heaven forbid. I don't understand that relationship. I never understood it. And I don't understand why it's
people got a pass. It was a rebound.
Yeah, that was definitely a rebound.
You think he was a rebound?
He was.
In her eyes.
He wasn't a rebound. No. He wasn't a rebound. He wasn't a rebound.
All that shit was all that shit with Triple H and Stephanie came in between them and shit and all that shit. Yeah.
And they some hoes too. Stephanie is trash. She's a bargain basement hoe. And then Triple H, she's a fuck boy. I mean,
damn.
Well, yeah, we all knew, man, Stephanie,
She got around. She was around the ringer a couple of times. I mean, I'm surprised her.
Y'all believe him? Y'all believe the Macho Man story?
Of course. I mean, because like number one, Stephanie is a freak. She, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she was in the Get Wrestlers of having a whole bunch of dicks in her. I mean, it's just like, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh man! Why y'all not the bukkake? Are you saying that Stephanie McMahon be getting bukkake'd in the back?
Yes, she does. Yes. I really believe so. I really think she will take it in the mouth. She'll take it in the ass. She'll take it in her pussy. She'll take it everywhere. That's how she is. Man. Wow. She even said that she'll fuck a woman too.
Wow.
All right. She's a freak. I mean, she is a freak. And then Hunter to me, I think he's small anyway. Like, so, you know what? Okay.
We ain't gotta talk about people. We going back to let's get back to the writing epidemic over here, all right?
No, we got over that. Like, I was past her 30 minutes ago. Like I was done with her.
No. Wait, let me ask you a real question though. So who is the leader of the women's revolution now? Because Becky's down, Charlotte ain't doing shit.
It's Eva Marie.
That's why
Eva Marie.
It's gotta be
that's
Eva.
why all of the wrestlers got fired and they going. That's why I said a few episodes ago that I feel like they're going backwards.
Yeah.
I said
get rid of all this talent.
I asked the same question, bro.
Ziggy, my theory is they're cutting payroll because they're getting ready to sell the NBC.
I don't think so. I don't think Vince gonna sell that shit.
Yeah.
I don't think Vince gonna sell that shit.
Hey, Vince McMahon is too much of a glory hound. He will never sell his company to somebody else.
They're doing something because you saw it happen on SmackDown and NBC started bitching, and then look what they got.
Exactly.
On Raw.
Exactly.
No, bro, that was all about competition, man. That don't got nothing to do with a sale. That was all about competition.
They made that man cancel his own goddamn network. And give it away.
No, Vince McMahon did that bullshit.
And give it away and give it away for free.
No, he didn't give it away for free.
Bro, how the fuck can you give your shit over? How the fuck can you give your shit away for free only to let a fucking network edit that shit?
What I'm saying
no, it wasn't free. They paid him for the network.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They paid him for it.
Yeah, they gave him $1 billion for it. I'd have sold that shit too. That shit wasn't making $1 billion. I'd have sold the fuck out of that shit.
I don't know the terms of the contract. We talked about this before, but they just got the rights to show it, or is it like they own it?
No, they own it. The network is gone.
They own the WWE
network is gone.
Yes, that shit that we used to have, that we enjoyed faithfully every fucking night, is gone.
Yeah, I'm so tired of going to a pay-per-view and having to guess what season and episode I'm looking for, dude. That shit's for the birds. That shit's trash.
That's why I said, hey, I got YouTube. Got YouTube.
They made them change.
Got YouTube.
Antoine said they made them change the pay-per-view main event. That's why Roman got knocked off.
Yeah.
Roman, you know what? The whole thing Ray. With that whole Roman situation, because I guess it was Father's Day, and
they televised it on SmackDown instead of pay-per-view.
That shit was stupid. And then the crazy thing was, Antonio, they never even broke 2 million. That's okay.
Oh, they didn't?
They never broke 2 million. Didn't even get close.
Nope.
So, but yeah, everybody, it is 11:41 Central Time, and 12 o'clock for 12:41 Eastern Time. So what we're gonna do is we're going to wrap this up. We're gonna go around the whole table and see everyone's final thoughts. Flint, we'll start with you. Any last words?
Man, I say get rid of all writers. If you get rid of all writers and let the wrestlers do their thing, and you'll know for sure if you have good promo cutting talent or you don't. And in that case, get you some managers.
All right, Ziggy, go ahead.
Once again, I do not blame Kenice Mobley for signing up. If Rare Robin opened up a open and said we need a cook for 6 figures, I've never worked a kitchen before, but you damn well please, I'm putting my application in tonight for that application, so it is what it is. I don't blame her for signing up, but I do blame WWE for laying those bullet points to say that you don't need to be a wrestling writer to have this job. So she just messed up by opening her mouth.
Lucky.
She was stupid. They were stupid. Man, they've been stupid for
a stupid amount of time.
A stupid ass amount of time. So, in my opinion, this was all par for the course. If you really surprised and shocked and horrified, then I don't know what the fuck you've been watching, because I've been shocked and horrified at what comes on Monday and Friday nights for the most part.
Nappy. Go ahead.
Nah, I just gotta piggyback off of what Flint said. Get rid of them, keep them if needed, and if you need them, just keep 1 or 2. Because not everybody's built to go out there cut a promo in front of a live crowd. But like Flint said, you You put somebody out there, they should know how to adapt. They should know what to do. But there is that small occasion where you put Joe out there, and well, Joe's gonna blow, and that's when you need a writing team. I also want to piggyback off of what Kid was saying, man. The more and more I remember Kid saying this, and the more I see what I'm seeing, I gotta agree. I feel like right now, and it might be the WWE fan in me that's holding on to this, but I feel like WWE is going through. But if you look back at every time they transitioned into a good, thriving company, they always had a big hiccup that they had to get past, and I'm hoping once the live
2-year hiccup, Nappy.
I know it's a major hiccup, and I'm hoping with the fans coming back, they get over this hiccup. I doubt it. I'm hoping.
You ain't hitting
doubt it.
I'm about to say you ain't hitting no mute button when them fans start saying what.
And I will say, man, what Antonio just said, man, but to piggyback off what Nappy also said, writers are vital for long-term storytelling.
I do agree.
However, you only need maybe 5 to 7 writers. You don't need 36 fucking writers in the back.
Yeah. And they don't need to write word for word.
Talking about we ain't got nothing for you.
They got writers on 3 floors of Titan Towers.
I mean,
players.
And the thing about it is when you put that many different creative minds in one room, you're never going to come up with one solid fucking idea because everybody's going to be all over the place because they all going to want their touch on it.
They're going to want that top spot. They're going to want to be like, oh, that's my story on Raw. That's my story on
Real
SmackDown.
good shit. Right. And that's what they're looking for. This is some good shit. Real good shit.
Yeah, maybe that's the reason why Vince has the final say so.
Yeah, he has
so many people turning in so many different scripts.
Okay, well, fire their ass.
Fire your ass. So the only thing I'm just going to really say is, I mean, the WWE made their bed, they lied in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Maybe you shouldn't have hired someone that didn't have any experience and was so
in common sense.
And didn't have any common sense. I mean, she was a clown. So I mean, she wrote comedy acts, and I'm like looking at her, and I'm like, she looked like she worked at a librarian.
Librarian.
She is a comedy act. She's a clown. She's a Booker T. Booker T. Yeah, that's she's with a mix of Little Predator.
She made it on Jimmy Fallon, if that counts for anything.
Her name in the hat.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But yeah, with that being said, hashtag Heels for Life will be back in about a week or so, right after Independence Day. Until that time, I hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed Independence Day. Flint, Chris, Nappy, Ziggy, always a pleasure. We'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful night. And have a wonderful